Okay, so think just for the sake of keeping everybody up to date, I'm going to start making low grade YouTube videos and telling everybody that they can watch them here if they're curious about what we're up to. Because Brandon and I are about to close on a property. It's like, what? Dream come true. So amazing. There's already so many things I envision there and such a life, and I'm extremely nervous that it's not going to work out, but I'm also very excited because I know in my heart it will. And this property is in the middle of nowhere, which is exactly what we wanted. Because what people call in the middle of nowhere, we call in the middle of everywhere. And it's so beautiful. I'll put some other videos in here to show you the initial walkthrough that we did of the property, and I'm gonna tell you about some of the issues that we're running into, and you can tell me how you would handle it, because I feel like we may not listen to your suggestions, but you may have thought of something that we haven't thought of yet, so why not ask? So it's amazing. It's 10 acres. It's got a year-round creek running through the property, and that's really hard to find in our area. And it's got a pond, little shallow pond, and but a pond nonetheless, which is really great for water retention on the property, which can be really difficult to find for us, for people in this area. And it's very well forested, and there's a well, and there are 2 decent condition RVs, as well as 1 poor condition mobile home. As in mold. Lots of mold in the mobile. Not my favorite. So, pending the inspections go through, which we're waiting on right now, we're in escrow, so that's what you do in escrow. Basically, the biggest inspection thing that we care about is the well. Because even if the septic doesn't pass an inspection, we know that there are closed loop systems around that that maybe some people don't agree with, but that I've seen work firsthand and I'm okay with using. Especially as like a temporary solution before we get a potential septic system in. We are going to do everything by the book, by the way. Permits, the whole shebang. And so, long story short, or long story longer, 2 RVs, kind of small, maybe like 15 feet long, with pop-outs. 2 sheds, 1 mobile, full of trash. That's a knockdown anyway, because it's got a bunch of mold in it. But it has a wood stove in it, which is cool. We might be able to use it. So our plan is to move onto the property, get a dome, like a geodesic dome, to live in, off-grid, and then use a friend's tiny house that is plumbed and has a kitchenette in it for our cooking space, and use the dome for our sleeping/living space. We are super, super fortunate because we have support from family to kind of get the initial ball rolling on this project, which is like super exciting, and I'm super grateful. But we have to kind of decide what steps to take first, and we have to decide where we want to allocate the initial funds that we have to building the infrastructure to make it livable. So obviously we're going to need a power source for our well. That's like numero uno. Get a power source to run the well if the well passes inspection. We're torn between trying to put in solar or off-grid, which is a bigger initial investment up front, but cost less in the long run because you don't have to pay for fuel. Or if we'll get a generator, we'll use the generator on the well to fill tanks to circulate for water. Generator, smaller, upfront investment. Loud, freaking don't like it. Fossil fuels, freaking don't like it. Pretty affordable. And we have it as backup once we do get solar, which you kind of need in the wintertime because the days are pretty short. So if you're going to be like fully off grid, just kind of part of it right now as far as how humans consume what they consume. Because ideally, like, I want to be able to say that I could live by the sun and get water from the stream and take cold dips for my baths, and it's just not realistic. So it's not what I'm doing. But there's water is the first thing. Waste is the second thing. We have to find a place for our waste to go. And if that's a bio bag, which are cool, you should check them out, then that's a bio bag. Or is it a compost toilet? Or does our septic work fine and we can use that? If our septic works fine, then we'll have a real, regular, functioning toilet. Everything will be good. That'd probably be best case scenario. So, fingers crossed. We'll see. I'm not sure. And then, once we have running water, access to running water, and access to a waste management system, then we can talk about how we're going to store and prepare food in bear country. How we're going to grow food in deer country, where there's deers, there's lions and bears, and for us, gophers, and dry climate, and so there's a lot to go into that, but we've dealt with that at a more supported level from the grid in the past, and we can do it again. We have deer fencing here that we're going to take with us, and we have anyway, so there's that. I'm going to show you all the initial walkthrough of the property after this whole chatty chat, because I'm not that good at editing yet. And then you can tell me what you think. I look forward to hearing from you all, and I look forward to hearing your ideas on what you would do in your most ideal situation, the most perfect thing that you could think of with this property. I want to know. Tell me. There's the pond. All the ferns.
Once you get over to it.
Yeah.
Into that, otherwise you're going to turn into major rust in the wet season.
Gotcha.
You won't be able to drive through.
I just want to look at the first pad.
Huh?
First flat area. It's not really a pad, but
It's a pad.
it's a pad.
This is one of the building pads that they mentioned. numerous building types. This is the other
Can
one.
you just imagine a dome here? Yeah.
Back up.
Okay. So the tank's bigger than I thought.
Tough tank.
Yeah.
Same size as ours.
Yeah, it's good.
Need to put it on a real pad though.
Yeah, size cinder blocks.
Yeah. We got like shutters and stuff with windows coming in. Yeah.
Big old hole in the bottom.
Not terrible at all. The carpets are actually in decent shape. I mean, I could crawl through the window and we could open the door if you want.
Yeah. Probably not an alarm system on this, right? Potential septic site, vent pipe, or some kind of
water line,
plumbing.
right?
Well, I have the dogs. I can't.
We can walk in with the dogs, trust me. It's
Doesn't look like any. Well, the beams have maybe some water damage.
there's water damage on the floor.
You're okay, Connor. Closet, bedroom, window, mold.
Yeah, the kitchen kind of stinks. Like over by all that food, it stinks.
Mm-hmm. Well, there might be food.
There is all the food, and that's what I said, over by all the food.
Maybe we should leave out the slider so we can lock this door, so that something can't get in.
Yeah,
roof.
there's like rotting food right here. I think that's prepackaged barbecue crap.
To answer some questions. Yes, our dogs got water shortly thereafter. They're fine. It was a hot day, so they were just hot. Other questions. There is airplane noise if you hear, because it's by a private airport. So that's also a thing that we're looking at as part of the process here. Anyway, let me know what you think, and let me know what you would do in your most ideal situation, knowing that it is our goal to be growing our own food plus food for other people. So, yeah, look forward to it.